Hi, I'm Stefan, the BMW DIY guy, and I'm back here at BMW Seattle today because we finally get an opportunity to drive the brand new G80 and G82, the new M3 and the M4 from BMW, and I want to take you along. All right, guys, let's give this just a quick walk around. You know, I had an opportunity the other day to do a comparison side by side of the G80 and the G82. So make sure to check that out. So this is more driving today now that we have an opportunity to do that. So let's give it a quick walk around on the outside. I want to show you some of the options on the inside, and then we're going to get out on the road. All right, in the other video, we actually compared the gray M3 and that new green M4. So let's give this white M4 Competition a quick walk around. As you can see, as always, just starting with the front, because you know that's what everybody's going to talk about. But I really do like the frameless kidneys. I think that's really cool. You can also see the carbon accents in the ducts down below, which is great. You've got the adaptive LED with laser assist headlights, which is some really cool technology. I really do like the white-on-black wheels. Seeing carbon fiber accents on the mirror, and the really aggressive lines down the side with the lower rocker panels. But then also, like I mentioned in my other video, this new fade line through both the quarter panels and everything else. You can see a carbon fiber roof with the twin ridges instead of more of a scallop design, which we've had in the past. Move our way around to the new taillight design, which is very similar to some of the other models, but I really do like it. It gives it a lot of style. Now, this actually has the carbon fiber rear diffuser. You see the quad exhaust as normal with M cars. But this actually has that carbon fiber diffuser add-on. Continuing around, we can see that aggressive scallop in the rear bumper. That's an interesting new line, and I really do like it. It's good to the eye. Work our way down the other side. The new lines down the doors. Really a really aggressive style. It's going to stand out. Looks really good all the way around. Okay, so let's jump on the inside. Take a look at some of the options, and we're going to get out on the road. Okay, so let's do a quick review because I want to get out on the road too, and I want to show you some of the options that we have here. Obviously, you've got the carbon fiber interior with all of your center controls here. Your start button has been actually moved down to the center console, but you also have a dedicated M mode button now as well. So that's some of the features I want to show off here in just a second. Again, familiar cup holder, wireless phone charger, which I admit I really love. And your AC and radio controls have been swapped if you're coming out of an F series. So now AC on top, radio controls underneath. Now, when we look at our infotainment display here, I'm actually sitting for the M1 configuration. But what I really want to call out is some of the new and additional options you have here, including brakes. So you've got your DSC functions, your M traction control, which has a huge number of variables there, which is pretty darn amazing. So the amount of customization that you can put in that's going to change how your car functions, especially if you map them to your M1 and M2 buttons, are really significant. In addition, of course, with the competition model, you can have track mode as well, which is going to turn off your center display and reduce some of that input while using the same sport display that you have in the center and all the different options that you have, as you can see, as it changes. Now the car's off right now, and forgive the screens being a little bit reflective. It's because of the protective plastic that are still on the car, is still on all the displays. But I love the amount of customization you can have on the car. Carbon fiber accents to the steering wheel. You have this new kind of wider stock design here on the new the new performance steering wheel. Your M1 and M2 buttons are now the levers on top instead of, for example, on the F series where they're here on the steering wheel itself, or on the stock of the steering wheel. So this car also has the carbon fiber bucket seats, which are just amazing. So that's one thing the video is not going to be able to capture, is what it's like to actually sit in these new almost race seats. But with that said, let's fire the car up. Let's take it for a drive. I'm really excited to take you on this drive with me. I've already just pulled out from the dealership, and I'm running in an efficient mode. And BMW Seattle was kind enough to let me drive the car today. So of course I'm going to drive very carefully. This is not a track experience, but I love the way the steering wheel feels. It sounds amazing. Oh my goodness. This S58 motor is incredible. And keep in mind, this is driving carefully on a brand new car. This is unbelievably quick. So I want to take you on this drive with me so you get a little bit of sense of what it's like, show you a little bit of Seattle while I'm at it, which may be a little bit of traffic depending on the day-to-day. But I'm floored on how quick this car is. This is hard to believe, actually. This is probably the fastest BMW I've ever driven. It's, you know, for new. I mean, sure, the M8, some of the M5s have bigger numbers, but this is so quick, and I'm driving very, very carefully. I'm just floored on how quick this car is. And this is driving in efficient mode. I'm driving very carefully. It's still well within the break-in period, but it's very, very quick. The handling is tight. Everything is in comfort right now. So all in all, I'm amazed by this. Truly amazed. This is going to be one of those cars you're going to have to drive to experience. You're really going to have to drive to get a sense of what it feels like and experience this. And I can only imagine what it's going to be like with this motor if you're in track mode, or the handling when you turn this up a little bit after your break-in period. So I'm amazed. They're good. The rear view mirror is very good. The side mirrors have good visibility and setup. I was a little concerned with the size of the back windows and the back glass, that the visibility might be a little bit bad, you know, looking basically at the C-pillar over your right shoulder. And it's really not bad at all. So I think what looks like the exterior dimensions are actually better on the inside. So visibility is not an issue. The length of the nose is very, very reasonable. You drive some of the others like the M8, the nose feels very, very long, which it is, but it's visually very long. This doesn't feel long at all. So proportionally, definitely feels a little bit bigger in my M2C, but proportionally feels very, very reasonable. Handling is great. Everything's set in comfort and efficient right now, so handling is smooth and easy. The ride is easy over what can be fairly rough roads here in Seattle at times. But this is going to be an amazing next step forward for the G80s, for the new M's. And this is the automatic transmission, and is doing really, really well. Shifts perfectly, smoothly. So I'm impressed. Let's go ahead and find my favorite on-ramp, see if we get a little bit of additional noise. We're in 2 modes, so we're looking at Sport Plus for the acceleration. We're looking at Sport Plus on the suspension, and Sport on steering and brakes. I just want to get a little bit better sense of what this sounds like. Even switching into M2, that opens up the car quite a bit. Significant more growl, deeper note, a lot more burbles. So once we get a chance to go down this on-ramp, we'll accelerate just a little bit more, because I want to try to give you the best sense I can of what this car sounds like. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Really impressive. Really, really impressive. And what's different, you should note, that's different between the F80s and the G80s, is BMW has changed how the exhaust works a little bit. So previously in the F80s, the exhaust channels coming down from both turbos was uneven. So it changed how the exhaust note, and there was a little bit of rasp to what the car sounded like, especially when you got on it. Some people liked it, some people didn't. Well, what BMW's done in this case is that they've actually changed the exhaust to an equal length exhaust path through the mid-pipe. So you're going to get a more even, deeper, more resonated note, and that definitely sounds really good. So we get a little bit of engine note right here before we take it back. Yeah, I am really impressed. Sounds amazing, absolutely amazing. BMW's obviously done a tremendous amount of work on the exhaust and how it sounds coming straight from the factory. Here still in M2 mode, really impressive. So I like the changes. The steering wheel feels great. It feels almost like you've upgraded to that M Performance steering wheel. The M1, M2 buttons being on top rather than being on the stock of the steering wheel itself is quite a bit of difference, but I like it as well. So what a fun car, really quick, easily maneuverable, sounds good. I highly recommend it. You get a chance, come and drive one of these. Come and check it out. Don't just listen to what the people want to say about the style. Actually come and check it out and see it yourself. All right, guys, so man, really quick drive. Really as a sample of what it's going to be like to take one of these cars for a test drive. And all in all, I'm just, it's almost like my hands are shaking. I want more time. I would love to take this to the track. I'd love to understand the capabilities of this car, because just the few minutes here is just not enough. So if you get an opportunity, definitely come in and check these out. I'm all of the things I imagined this motor would be in this body it's more than that. I mean, the S55 was such a great motor, but this S58 is even better. So, if you watch my X3M video with the S58, it was incredible. It's so fast. This is even more so. It's like that next step up. And this motor in this car with this suspension and all of this handling and options, this really is that next great M car. I am really impressed. So if you can, come down and check it out. I think you'll appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to BMW Seattle for giving me this opportunity in this amazing car. And I strongly recommend you come down and check it out yourself. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on my next video.